Schisandra. Schisandra berries are originally from China, Chinese medicine, and are a classic adaptogen herb. Adaptogens really fall into this category of being herbs that are non-toxic, tend to be normalizing or modulating or help to bring us closer to a state of homeostasis in our health, and do not have a specific direction of action. So they are just tend to be full body support. They also tend to help the body be more resilient and adapt better in stressful situations, which obviously we have plenty of those in today's day and age. So Schisandra chinensis is the botanical name, and it's known as the 5-flavored fruit or berry. It grows on a vine, and it's in Ayurveda it's said to have all 5 flavors. So it's also a Ayurvedic herb, Indian herb as well. So let's see if I can think of all 5 flavors. We have sweet, sour, bitter, sweet, sour, bitter, pungent, and spicy? Or is that pungent? It's like umami is one of those 5. Somewhere in that range. All the flavors, and as you eat the berries, you can really like taste them. Even if it's a dried berry, you can kind of go through the flavor profile as you just kind of nibble on one fruit. So that's what you get. That's what we're working with, is the berries. And this here, that's an ounce of berries. So it's, you know, this again is why we weigh it out. Berries are a lot heavier and denser than the flowers and the leaves. Flowers are the lightest, of course. So I buy my Schisandra berries by the pound. And Schisandra, again, it's an adaptogen herb. Adaptogens work, most of them work great as nourishing herbal infusions, unless if they have a strong scent to them, a lot of volatile oils, then they're just better as tea. But the Schisandra berry, you can do a tea with them. You can do a decoction. You can do a tincture, an elixir, oxymel, whatever, however you want to get the berries in to your system is great. I tend to like to make a nourishing herbal infusion with them. It is a pretty strong flavored drink, which you could always dilute. It's also fun to put the infusion in ice cube trays and then use the ice cubes in other drinks, or even in just like bubbly water to give it a flavor as they melt. So I definitely suggest getting Schisandra berries and then even just, you know, nibbling on them occasionally, or some people will infuse them in honey and then take the scoop of honey and berries and, you know, make a tea with those. Because they're a berry, the decoction method works well too, where you can simmer it for about 20 to 40 minutes to really access all the goodness in the berries. But you can also do a nourishing herbal infusion, which is what I have here. So this is the nourishing herbal infusion of the Schisandra berries. It's not super dark. The berries are all rehydrated in there. If you don't have time in the morning and you just want to take your infusion to go, you don't really have to strain it out. You can just kind of strain as you drink through your teeth, because it's just, you know, solid berries. But you can strain it too. So I used to, back in my younger party years, my party alter ego was Schisandra, was her name, because I just love Schisandra so much, and I think that it's kind of like a wild child of herbs to some degree. But it offers us so much benefit as well, other than it just being an adaptogen and helping to like bring health, overall health, and help us be more adaptive in stressful situations. It's also full of antioxidants, which we can see as, you know, all kind of bright colored fruits are and berries are. It's anti-inflammatory or inflammation modulating, depending on what you need. It's an immune tonic, so it can strengthen the immune system over time and make it just healthier and more effective. This, it just even just the smell is just like really invigorating, and oh, it's like you can almost smell the sweet and the sour and the bitter and the spicy all in one. It's also astringent, so lots of herbs are astringent, which basically means they tighten mucous membranes and just tissues in general. They kind of pull things together, and kind of, they can be drying in some ways. They can also kind of give the cells some exercise, is kind of how it's been described to me as well, where it's like tones the cellular structure by helping them to kind of, I don't know, do this motion. Classic astringent feeling is like a banana peel in the mouth. Like a green banana peel is like, that's like what astringency is, that like puckering, drying, like. Okay, also a really nice benefit of Schisandra specifically is that it is what's known as a hepatoprotective, or a lung support, I mean not lung, liver support too. So it's, if there's any sort of liver problems or weakness or condition, or if the liver needs to be strengthened more, or if you just feel like the liver is being bombarded with things that are hard for it to deal with, then Schisandra is a really nice herb to incorporate into your infusion routine. Which also means that it's going to be helpful for hormonal health, because our liver is so in charge of managing our hormones and recycling them and determining which stays and which goes and what we're done with and what we need. So anytime we're having what we feel like are hormonal issues, supporting the liver is always going to be important. Also, the nervous system, it's a nervine or a nervine. So it just really helps to support the health of both the nerves, but also if you are chronically stressed or have a lot of anxiety or just feel edgy and not very grounded, then Schisandra can really help kind of pull you in and ground you out. Also really beneficial for the lungs. It's an expectorant, and also is known as to be anti-asthmatic. So if you have asthma or lung problems, if you get asthma from being stressed, then this is going to be a really helpful herb for you as well. And then it also supports the kidneys, and really is known to help build like deep energy. So just your energy reserves, if you just feel exhausted or tired or worn out, overwhelmed, like you just can't do anymore kind of feeling, or just drained, then the Schisandra can be really helpful. Or if you're a marathon runner or a really avid athlete, or even probably a muscle builder, then Schisandra could be really helpful as well, because a lot of the adaptogens originally were being studied in Russia as herbs that would kind of, help build endurance, and I don't know, I think make good Olympic athletes and military folk, unfortunately, but I think that's what they were kind of looking for, and maybe good astronauts as well. So I think that herbs that are traditionally known to be adaptogens that the Russians started studying based on Chinese and Ayurvedic traditional use of herbs, then they're going to be helpful for endurance, really. So also cardiovascular health, supporting the heart and the vessels, and a digestive tonic, which we see a lot with astringents. But again, it's a full rounded, because it has all of the flavors. It's very energetically balanced and neutral. And yeah, just the all around really nice adaptogen that is really full in flavor and a fun beverage. And I hope that you can enjoy it as a nourishing herbal infusion every once in a while. Cheers. Ooh, that's good.